right, just give us just like 1 minute and then we'll get started with our live, just giving people a chance to jump on. Hope you guys are doing well. Well, waving to you too, DC English. How you doing, bro? You okay? I'm just messing with you, yeah? Hope everyone's good out there, having a good day. Getting hot, huh? That weather is getting hotter. Oh yeah, we're in the 40s now. Yeah, the Dubai summer is starting to get ready. Hope everything is going all right. All right, guys. Wow. Hello, how you all doing out there? It's my name is Teacher Mac. Well, just Mac, but I'm a teacher here at DC English, an institute in Dubai. Welcome for another class. We do this on Tuesday and Thursday. Today, I'll talk about two different subjects, one with grammar, after a little bit of extra vocabulary. And it should cover things that are from B1 until C1. So there should be something that fits most English, most of you learners. Yeah, but hope everyone's doing good and chilling. Unfortunately, my Celtics lost, Nicholas, so I'm sure you're happy to hear that, right? You're always happy to hear that. All right, so today's subject, guys, is comparatives and superlatives. Usually pretty simple to explain, but for some reason, I guess a lot of students really forget using it, even the higher level ones, especially with the ER. But let us break down the comparatives and superlative structures we can use. All right. So the first one that we want to kind of focus on is comparative. And what is a comparative? Comparative, simple, is comparing two things, right? So you have one, which is, let's say, for example, Mac, and then the other one, which would be, for example, Nicholas, and you're comparing them, whether you're comparing how tall they are to each other, how nice they are. Nicholas is definitely nicer than me, or how, yeah, I mean, you look nicer than me anyway, but I'm definitely fatter than him. So we have, yeah, you know, I'm a little chubby man. You know what I'm talking about. So these are all comparatives when you're comparing two different things, all right? So there's a couple of different forms we use. The first one is when a word has one or two syllables. And remember, guys, with syllables, you just need to kind of, one hint I use anyway, is if you put your hand flat under your mouth, every time your mouth hits your hand, it's a syllable. So you have simple words like, for example, like nice, one time, rich, one time. These ones are all one syllable. Kind, one time. Fat, one time. These are all one syllables. So one or two syllables, we use the ER. You have an example here of faster, okay? When you're going to two syllables, but the last letter is Y, we change it to an I. Just something to remember. This is only for spelling. The sound is the same. So happy, happier, you just add the but in the spelling, you remove the Y and you make it an I. So that's something just to remember with any of these Ys, okay? And then the last kind is if there are 2, 3, or more syllables. And in this case, all you're doing is adding the word more. Now, it's important to remember this, guys, because for some reason, students love to just use more, but then they'll say, for example, more happy, or more fast, or more nice. And it's no, these are 1 or 2 syllables, just nicer, or faster, or happier. So there's no reason to use, I don't know why, but they always just say more, they don't say ER, so something to remember. And the last thing to know is all of these should be followed by the word then. Okay, after, of course. So faster than, happier than, more expensive than. Then is just to help us give us that difference, okay? You can see that in some of these examples here. For example, like in the first one, he is bigger than John. So I'm comparing he, whoever he is, and John, and he is bigger than John. The then is important there. Another one here is, for example, my cat is tinier than me. Obviously, cats are not that big unless they're lions or tigers. I would love to have, but it's Dubai. Everyone has lions and tigers, right? You see them in cars. So my cat is tinier than me. Keep in mind that tiny, guys, is spelled with a Y. So we change it here to an I. So tinier than me, the then never changes. And then the last one I can give you here is with more, and that's with our hotels here in Dubai. Atlantis is more beautiful than Burj Al Arab. okay? Which is just basically just to compare in that one. Okay, so that's our comparative structures. The next one we can look at are some other ways to describe how these differences are, because you can compare them, say he is bigger, but are you saying that this comparison, this difference is big or is it small? Okay, so if he's bigger, is it a little bigger or much bigger? And this is the idea. So you can use words like, for small differences, you can use slightly or a little bit. Something to remember, guys, a little bit can change actually to 3 different ones. You can say a little, you can say a bit, and you can also say a little bit. Makes no difference to us in English. It really, a little and a little bit is not smaller. For us, it doesn't make a difference because what we understand is small difference. If it's a big difference, then you would use much, so much bigger, much nicer, a lot or a whole lot to make it more dramatic, a whole lot bigger or a lot bigger. And then we can also use way. He's way bigger. So you can see a couple of different examples of that here. For example, in the first one, he is much taller than me. Again, big difference, much taller, much nicer. The same thing works with the more. You can say, for example, he's much more comfortable, much more expensive, much more, and you can say more with it. It's a comparative. But much is to give me, it's a big difference. And then you have, he is slightly taller than me, so just a little bit, slightly taller than me, okay, like basketball players. And also we have, he is a lot taller than me. The difference between them is small. Please, guys, again, don't forget the then is always there in any comparatives, all right? And then the last one we have there is things like he is a little bit or a bit taller. I use taller too much. And then the last one is an octopus is way more expensive than a chicken. They are. You should stop eating octopuses, please. I know Nicholas thinks it's ridiculous, but stop eating for my sake. Eat any other animal but humans. Don't eat humans too. Actually, I don't know. Humans might taste good. Yeah? No? Okay. You know, we'll move on. All right. So weight is a big difference. Okay. Now, the next one is superlatives. Now, superlatives are basically number one. I mean, look at the word super inside. Superlatives are the top of the top. They are the best of the best. Okay. So comparatives, in this case, you're showing one to another one, but a superlative is only focusing on one, and that is one that is at the top or one that is not. Okay, so if they are 1 or 2 syllables, we just add est. So for example, faster, fastest. So just est. If they have a y, it's the same thing. Add the I, so happiest, iest. This never changes for us with the Y. And the last one, if it's 2, 3 syllables, we use the word most. Okay, so most for superlatives, comparatives, more. Comparatives, ER, superlatives, EST. And they are always they're always gonna have the. And the will come before. So the fastest, the happiest, the most expensive. You're using the because remember, the is an article for unique or special, the only one. So anytime you have a superlative, you should use the because that's what's special, the biggest, the most unique, the craziest, the nicest. You'll put the because it's important to have this article with it, okay? So you can see a couple of different examples. Jeff Bezos is the richest man. Or Mac is the craziest teacher. I've gotten this a lot, apparently. I don't think I'm that crazy, to be honest. But remember, the I becomes the Y becomes an I. Or Nicholas, who's my friend. Nicholas is the most serious producer. He's very serious. He's there behind the TV, just looking at me like, yes, continue your class quickly. So I'm sorry, Nicholas, I'm finishing. So you have is the most serious. But again, you see the here, guys, which is important. No need for then, but using the, whether you use most, est, one of those ones there, okay? Now, with superlatives, you can use a few different phrases. I'll show you some examples to show you big and small. It's a little bit more limited than comparative, but here you go. We have things like saying in the world, okay, in the place. It's very common to mention where's the location. So you can remove world and put, say, for example, class, city, country. So again, if you want to make it, because if you just say is the biggest, we assume in the world. If you say the biggest in Dubai, we understand, so you mean specifically in this area, okay? So you have those ones. Another one you can go with is using your ordinal numbers to give where it fits on the superlative. So maybe it's not the tallest, but the second tallest, the third tallest, the fourth tallest, the 15th tallest, the 20th tallest. You have here the second or the fifth, and then you continue with your superlative after. Doesn't matter for us, but it goes right between them, okay? Another one that you can use is just saying one of the, to just say it's from the group, one of the largest, or for example, you can even say one of the 10 largest in the world. So you can give different groups instead of just saying always number one. And the last one we have there is saying something like by far. And if you say by far, it means big difference. It's by far the smallest country. So it means big difference. He's by far the biggest, by far the most comfortable, by far the most expensive, by far the happiest. It will always work in those, and it means big difference. Big difference is number one, by far. Okay? And those are all the different, oh, and the last one you have, sorry, was the least. And the least basically, guys, is the opposite of the most. Okay, there's no EST, and it just says from, if you're gonna get the most popular, which is number one, if you wanna go the opposite to the bottom, you just say least. Least happier, least happiest, least nicest, least kindest, least tallest, least biggest, least largest. Makes sense in every situation, and it means at the bottom, or one of the least if you want. Okay, so those are different superlatives, and here are some phrases that you get for comparisons. These are just things like saying similar to, different from, looks like, as nice as, okay? These ones are all different ways to talk about comparatives, because maybe they're not, maybe you don't want to compare the adjective, but you want to say, for example, they are similar, not exactly the same, but similar. Similar and looks like are the same. In English, for us, it means that they are close, but not the same. And then you have, of course, different from, which obviously just means it's different from each other. And the last one we have here is as nice as. Now, the as with the adjective in the middle means equal. So he is as nice as you. He is as cool as me. It is as hot as my country. It is as expensive as the other restaurant. And you're saying it's equal. If you want to go the opposite, not equal, you can put not in front, not as nice as. And that's how you can use it to talk about things that are equal. And see, these are a couple of different comparative structures. All right. Anyway, the last thing I will say is just the irregular. I know everyone hates irregular in English, but there's only 3 examples you should know with comparatives and superlatives, so at least you can remember that. The first one is with good. We have good, better, and best. It still does use the ER and EST, but of course, you don't say gooder and goodest. Please don't say gooder and goodest, okay? And then you have the same thing goes for bad. You go from bad, worse as a comparative. He is worse than this, and worst with a T as a superlative to give you notes. So the worst country, the worst job, the worst hotel. All right. And the last one to remember is for farther or far. And far you have with farther and farthest. So you add basically this TH with it. Now I put it here with a U and I put it here with an A. Does not matter. I don't know. It's an English thing. Sometimes we write it with the U. Sometimes we write it with an A. Doesn't make a difference. It is the same to us. People just write what they feel like. Okay? And that pretty much covers comparatives and superlatives. Okay? I'm going to take a quick break. You guys can ask me any questions you want, comparative, superlative, or if you just want to say, hey, what's up? Say hello, grab a quick water, and let me know if you have any questions there. Oh, man. I watched Jurassic Park last week. Hey, Gary, how's it going? No, I watched Jurassic Park. Did not Did not like it. Hey, thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Legacy Loves. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I watched. I watched the new Jurassic Park. I don't want to spoil it in case people here are going to watch it. It's just for me, it's more like I wanted more dinosaurs to kill people. You know what I mean? They need to make a Jurassic Park where it's just a dinosaur running around killing everybody. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? Just a lot of fighting and they really need more of this. Maybe I'm crazy. Hey, Ben. Hey, Vanessa. How you doing? You all right? You chilling? All right. So let's move on then to the next step, guys. So here is slang for descriptors, basically slang adjectives. All right. It's important to remember some of these because it's one that we use in our speaking every day. I say a lot of words like this all the time, and I see students look at me and they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, oh, no, sorry, it means this or it means that. And so I want to tell you a couple of different adjectives, what they mean, and situation where I might use them. Okay. So let's go on. So the first one we have is sweet. Now I know, obviously, you guys know sweet like the sugar, sweet. But we also use in English sweet to just mean it's nice or it's amazing. So, bro, the movie starts at 8 o'clock and we still got 3 hours. Like, oh man, sweet, like nice. Or, hey, I got tickets to the World Cup. You're like, bro, sweet. So sweet is just another way for us to be like, yo, nice, or cool, or awesome. All right. Oh, yo, I'll see you in 1 hour. Sweet. So sweet for us is just kind of, means more than nice. It's like our way of saying okay, or sounds good, or don't worry about it. All right. Another one we like is thirsty. Now, you guys may know thirsty should mean in English to drink water, but we do use it as slang to someone who needs attention. So you guys know what I'm talking about if you've ever been on Instagram or social media and someone keeps putting up pictures of them and selfies and that, like, man, she's thirsty, very thirsty, or he's thirsty. And the idea is they are thirsty for attention. They could be thirsty for other things, but usually for attention. Okay, so they just want to get attention from everyone. They're thirsty. Okay. Another one that we use, all of these are very positive, basically just means amazing. And we look things like, for example, bomb, fire, or lit, which is for lights. And for us, we'll just say it to me like, oh, it is amazing. So, man, that song or that, so the latest song, so that song was bomb, or that song was fire, or that song was lit. And the idea there is you're just saying like, it was great, man. Bro, honestly, last night was lit, bro. Last night was bomb. And the idea there is you're just saying like, it was amazing. We had a great time. Bomb, fire, lit, anything you want. It's an adjective. So it was a lit party, lit time, whatever you want. They fit into that. I use lit. To be honest, it took me like a year I didn't want to use lit forever. I felt bro, that sounds stupid, bro. I was lit. But then after like a year, I was like, man, it was lit. Like, damn it, I say that too. All right. A good one to know is also shady. Shady just means suspicious. That's all. So if you see someone and they look like a little, I don't know, man, seems a little shady. And the idea is if you say it's shady, you're saying it's suspicious. Actually, another one that I just thought of, if you want to know, is sus. For suspicious. It's very sus. He's very sus the way he talks. And now this one's a very clear slang, but when you say it's sus, you're saying like it's suspicious, but you don't want to say suspicious, which is long. So it's very sus the way he talked to me. So you're just saying it's suspicious or shady. All right. Sick. This one is good to explain to students because this one really gets mistakes all the time. Because sick, I know, means like, oh, I'm sick, and I have a cold or something like that. But sick to us in English also means amazing. So you would say like, yo, that movie was sick, or yo, the food was sick, or last night was sick. Similar to lit or bomb, the song was sick. Yo, this is a sick song. Yo, this is a sick car. And we'll just say it's sick, and sick for us just means like, oh, that is amazing. But please listen to the way I say it. There's a lot of times where we kind of stress like, bro, this car is sick. And we like to really push that S and really kind of stress like, bro, this sickest thing happened to me yesterday. And we'll talk about it. It doesn't mean anything bad. It's actually very positive. But every time I'll tell my students like, yo, that movie was sick. My students will look at me like, what? And I'm like, oh no, I mean, it's very good. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a bit of a weird way to say that. A good one to know is salty. And we use salty. Basically, salty just means that someone who is being, it's like someone who's being angry or not being grateful, not being nice. Like, they're being salty. Like, something is happening to you that's positive. Like, they don't cheer for you. They're not happy. It's like, bro, why are you salty? They don't want to support you. They don't want to be happy for you. They're salty. They're just like, no. They're just salty people. And we like to use this a lot, especially with our friends or someone who's being moody. I know for me, I do that a lot where I come in, I'm just like, no, and there's like, bro, don't be so salty. I'm like, yeah, sorry. So salty just means like, you're being moody, bitter, annoyed, something like that. Bitter, usually. That's kind of where it fits because salt is bitter. Okay. Good one to know is ripped. Ripped just means that someone who has muscles. So they're ripped. Just a good one to know. They go to the gym. He was ripped. And we have there is a good one to remember is basic. Now, obviously, you can say basic plan, basic package. It means that. But we also say basic as a slang, as a negative. To mean that something is just not that great. It's like, yo, we went last night, but bro, that restaurant was basic. And when you're saying it's basic, you're like, it's not really saying that it's simple, but what you're saying is that it's not special. That's the idea when you say something is basic. Like, yo, it was a basic night. So it was not a special night. Yo, he's such a, we would normally say like, we say he's a basic person or a basic dude. And the idea there is like, she's nobody, man. He's a basic girl. And it's like, what you're saying is that she's not special. Not that she's not beautiful, but she's not special. There's nothing unique. Just, she's basic like anyone else. So that's the idea there. You can use basic to kind of be a negative word. All right. A good one to also know, especially if you are romantic. Are you romantic, Nicholas? Yeah, I know. You didn't seem like a romantic guy to me. I try to be romantic. Like when I wake up, I look at my girl and I try to tell her hi, and then I'm like, why should I talk to her? And then that's the most romantic I get. But anyway, and in this case, you can say, don't be so cheesy or corny. Cheesy and corny are the same. It's similar to silly, but it's silly in a romantic way. So I'll give you an example. I'm saying that, like, for example, maybe if a girl is your girlfriend is saying like, oh, I'm not feeling so good. Just like, oh, but you're more beautiful than any girl I've seen. You're just being cheesy. You're just being corny. It's like, no, your eyes are more beautiful than me. Like, you're just saying things to be extra romantic. Okay, so sometimes we'll watch movies that are romantic movies, and I will say like, man, this movie is too cheesy, bro. And when you're saying it's too cheesy, you're like, it's too romantic. It's too like, I can't do this. Actually, another one that you can use that we like to say is it's cringe. And cringe is like this feeling. That's cringe. So whenever you watch something like, don't do that, don't do that. That's cringe for us. So whenever you watch a romantic one and you see the guy like, here's 100 roses, you're like, cringe, cringe, cringe. Dude, no, don't give her the roses. They're going to die in 2 days. I never understood flowers, man. Why would you give dead? It doesn't matter. So you can say it's cheesy or you're being corny. It's kind of like a negative, but some people can say, oh, I like corny people. I like corny jokes or cheesy jokes. Okay. And the last one that we go into is flaky. Flaky is, and we all have friends like this. Maybe they are friends of yours, or maybe you, especially if they're from Latin America. No offense, but a lot of Brazilians and Colombians are very flaky. And well, actually they come, but flaky is that friend who says they will come and then never comes, or they come very late. So you guys know what I'm talking about. These are the people who are like, yeah, man, I'm coming tomorrow night. Yeah, bowling, I'm there. Yeah, for sure. And then the next day, they always, hey, yo, sorry, man. I got an appointment, or, oh, I'm sick, or, oh, I have a dinner. You're like, this guy is so flaky, bro. And it just means like, he's never reliable. He's not consistent with his plans. He never comes out, stuff like that. It's just a terrible kind of friend, to be honest. All right. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any others, please share them with me. If you have any questions about words I said, please tell me. Otherwise, one more quick break for me, and then we'll talk about how you can study here with me. All right. Okay, we're good. When there's traffic, they call it rush hour in English. I never understood that because rush means to go fast. Rush hour, right? Rush means you're in a hurry. But then when the cars are all in traffic, we call it rush hour. Doesn't make sense. It should be like slow hour, no? Traffic hour, something like that. You get what I mean? So it's kind of I've always bothered me. But anyway, so guys, how can you come to study here with teachers like me? Well, just go to DCEnglish.com if you want to go on our website. If not, you can also go reach to us on Instagram, DCEnglish_. Okay, we have many different agents who can speak different languages. So don't worry if you don't know English. We have Russian, Turkish, Portuguese, French, Arabic, and I'm missing somebody. Thai speakers. I think that's it. I'm missing somebody, but we got them all there. And of course, if you know English. So please send us a message here, DC Institute or DCEnglish_ on Instagram. You can come study here with teachers like me. We got awesome native speakers. We're in Dubai, right next to the Palm. You get a great view. We teach Cambridge books, so they are excellent books to use. They're classes that are interactive and dynamic. We do different activities around Dubai. So if you're interested to tour Dubai, you can. It's a little difficult in the summer. There's different things to tour, but it is still a great place to see. So if you guys are interested, come through to our websites and see us here and maybe study with me. That's going to be it for today, guys. I will see you on Thursday. Have a good one. Take care and peace out. I guess good luck to the Celtics too. Not like it matters, but we'll get there. Yeah. Take care, guys. See you later. You can end it. It's fine. I'm just talking now. So at this point, it's all over. Okay. Oh, man.